if you want to live a good and great life in this world, for God to make his goodwill and ways known to you, that you may live a fruitful and fulfilled life in this world, you need three things to stand as the pillars of your life. You need the house of God as the number one and the major pillar of your life. Psalm 27 verse 4, David says, one thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. Also in Psalm 84 verse 10, David says, for a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. When you are strong enough in the house of God, the second pillar of life will manifest in your life for all to see. That second pillar of life is faithfulness. And faithfulness is being right and true at all times without the fear of supervision. Faithfulness is the strongest element of love. It's by love that the true disciples of Jesus Christ are known. Faithfulness is the surest way for man to express his love to God. When God recognizes a man to be faithful, God promotes the man. When God is pleased with the faithfulness of a man, God provides for the man. In Luke 12 verse 42, Jesus says, who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season? The faithfulness of man to God in the house of God leads to revelations from God to man in the house of God. The greatest revelation from God to man is the book of the law. The Holy Bible is our own book of the law. The Holy Bible is the third pillar in the life of any true and living Christian. The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8, God says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. Then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. As God empowered Joshua, so David empowered Solomon with the book of the law as a pillar of life. In 1 Kings chapter 2 verses 2 and 3, David said to Solomon, he said, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore, and shew thyself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou dost, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.